and have social anxiety, peeling my skin off. I had a triple eyelid, gigantic raging pimple, a blushing clowny mess. So much cheaper than gold because one lash in and a lash with. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Amy. Today I'm just gonna do like a really simple get ready with me. What I'm getting ready for is a volunteering event because I have zero internships, zero connections, and have social anxiety. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let me email this lady. Hey, do you have any opportunities? And she was like, well, no, I don't really have any opportunities for you because you are an engineering major and what I do is something completely different, but if you want to help volunteer, I can hook you up. And I was like, you know what, bet. So now I committed to doing like 4 hours of volunteering. I am slightly regretful because I have a lot of social anxiety and I hate networking and small talk. I'm doing my makeup. This event happens in like 2 hours from now. I'd say I do my makeup pretty fast. Speaking of makeup, I should probably get started because I have to skin prep. This is the Medicube PRDN Pink Collagen Toner Pad. I basically use this to wipe like any grime off my face. Yeah, I think it's like... This is probably not the right toner pad I should be using for this type of application. I think this thing is supposed to like rest on your face. But whatever. I have like a pimple here and those fuck-ass everywhere. Usually whenever I do my makeup, I like to put on like a long YouTube video. Lately, I've been really into the Try Guys Phoning It In series. This is the Illumin Moisturizer in half, obviously, because I can't get all the product via just squeezing, or squeezing it is a lot of work. And obviously you need sunscreen. This is the Centella Madagascar sunscreen. And this is my favorite one just because I really like the pump application. I started using tretinoin. But I started using Tret like I think I started 2 weeks ago again after stopping for 6 months-ish because recently I got, or I guess a couple months ago, I got eczema where basically my skin like flared up in big rash. Like I don't know if you guys can see, but I have this like really like puffed up spot on my eye and that was from like my little eczema rash. Like I have another one on the side of my head. Basically those spots would itch super bad, and before I was prescribed hydrocortisone, it would basically flick. Like I was peeling my skin off. Not even every day, like basically every other hour, I was like peeling off a new fresh batch of molted skin. It also made my skin pretty red and also dried out my skin. Getting on that medication really helped a lot with my itchiness and my dryness. On this eye specifically, I had a triple eyelid. This is the e.l.f. Hydro Power Grip. This is the niacinamide version. I don't really know the difference between the original version or this version, but I like that it's pink and it has niacinamide, and I know niacinamide is good for your skin, and I don't use it in my current care routine just because I heard that too much can really cause you to break out, and I just never felt the need. Like I don't really understand all these skincare benefits, but if it's in one product, like I'm sure it'll be fine. I think it's supposed to even out the redness, and I get a lot of redness on my skin, especially when I start doing makeup. And I'm gonna go in and color correct with the same trio color correcting, and I usually use this green bit for my redness, this peachier bit for my under eye, and then this for like everything else. I've never really had like super clear skin growing up in high school. I had a lot of acne and a lot of redness, and I also did not wear makeup at all. I think the first time I basically ever wore makeup like out and about, like I did trial periods of makeup in my own home to practice, but it never turned out right and I always ended up scrubbing it off. But the first time I really wore makeup out was during prom, and when I look at my prior photos, I'm like, dang, this makeup looks so cakey and patchy. I didn't wear any foundation. I only used concealer, but I used this really high coverage cakey concealer, and you could definitely still see all of like my acne spots. I think I had this one gigantic raging pimple. For raised pimples, you can't really cover it up with makeup because it's still gonna show up. And I also did not color correct or anything. I only started wearing a lot of makeup in college, and I'm not gonna lie, I did have like an ugly makeup period. I remember my first year of college when I started to wear makeup every day. So this was when I was living in the dorms of my college, so I didn't really have anyone there that was gonna judge my makeup, because like you don't have a base perception of me without makeup. My parents weren't there to like judge what I wore on my face, because I had never ever worn makeup up till that point. I'm gonna go in with my foundation of choice. This is the Fenty Beauty Skin Tint in shade 6. But this is the first like foundation. I know it's not really foundation, it's the skin tint, but it's basically my foundation. I just do 3 lines on my arm. I do like lines around this long, and then I go in with this like kind of flat brush and kind of just paint it on my face. So I didn't wear any makeup in high school, probably because I was like super self-conscious. I felt like if I wore makeup, I would basically look like a clown, because you know, I wasn't good at it because I never done it, and I just felt a lot of self-conscious, and I had a lot of acne at the time. Thankfully, I didn't have like super bad acne, but I feel like any type of acne you have as a teen in high school can definitely make you feel super self-conscious, like no matter the quantity. It's crazy because like I felt like back in high school, like everyone had clear skin but me. But like obviously that's not the case. In my perception, I'm just nitpicking on myself. But I had always wanted to get into makeup. Like I wouldn't say I was super girly in high school. Not that being girly and makeup are like they coincide with one another. You can be so girly and not wear makeup. But I felt like I just didn't deserve to be in that era of my life. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, that doesn't make sense at all. So basically what I'm trying to say is that I felt like I wasn't worth putting makeup on because I didn't look like the stereotypical image of what being a girly girl was, even though that makes no sense at all. I'm gonna use the Milani makeup. This is off topic, but I feel like drugstore makeup is low-key kind of expensive now. I think this thing was like 15 bucks. And I'm like, dang, I thought drugstore makeup was supposed to be like $6-7 per item. Like, why did I pay $15 for a setting spray? Looking a bit oily and a bit crusty. But it's okay, because everyone knows your makeup, the first hour you put it on, is supposed to look like crap. It'll marinate and then it'll look beautiful and flawless. Okay, I'm gonna go with this Tower 28 concealer and then just lay it on my face to marinate and thicken up. So I go with my under eyes. I usually do it right here because I have redness. And then I want to put on top of my pimples, my forehead, sides of my face. And I'm gonna let it sit, and while that marinates, I'm going to contour. Yeah, so high school, didn't wear makeup, but like that's fine. I was still trying to figure out who the heck I was. But I'm kind of regretful that I didn't start a little bit earlier, so I could have gotten in some more practice before prom. Because I mean, looking at my prom photos, I look cute, but I was not eating the way my makeup would eat now. So basically, first year of college, I definitely had that like first year ugly makeup stage where every day my makeup routine consisted of the Kosas concealer, which was pretty good. Like I feel like it's a good starting concealer for me. I just switched over to the 12 or 28 because I just like the cream formula better. But I would use the Kosas concealer, and then I bought Rare Beauty blush. And if you know anything about that blush, that shit like is like a bomb. Pigment on that is one tiny dot and suddenly your entire face looks like a unicorn threw up on you. And I was using that liberally. 2 decently sized dots on my face I would like pan out, and I would wear my makeup like so: concealer, under eye, blush, no contour, no lashes, no foundation, did not do my eyebrows, so I just looked like a blushing clowny mess. And I would walk outside every day at class. My ugly makeup stage had me wearing makeup every single day during my freshman year of college, looking like a complete buffoon, the op of my boyfriend. Not my boyfriend at the time, but my friend at a time. He would like hang out with me every day, and he wouldn't say jack shit about how bad my makeup looked. I went crazy on the blindness, especially when you start. It's so freaking real. I look back and I was like, Damn, girl. Who let you walk out like that? These freaking ops. Just letting you walk around and look like a clown. For my brows, I use the Anastasia dark brown pomade dip. And I only use this because my cousin bought me it. I do not do anything crazy with my brows. I kind of just fill them in. Pretty okay defined eyebrows already. And I don't really want to like put in the energy to do a super sharp eyebrow. I kind of just fill them in, and I'm not gonna lie, I am overdue for a little face shave. I don't know, I just fill my eyebrows in enough for them to look cohesive. Okay, they are giving second cousin. It's okay, cause who cares? I definitely need to work on my eyebrow game. I was thinking about thinning them out. They're not thick, but they could be thinner. And I know straight thin brows are very in right now. And I don't know how I would feel committing to like the straight thin brow look. I don't know if I would look bad just because I have a pretty round face. So we'll see, let me know if you guys think straight brows would look better on me. I have this Road Blush in Toasted Teddy. And I literally just do 2 dots. I feel like even though I look like a fuck-ass mess in every single day going to class, I feel like the first year of ugly makeup phase was so pivotal in me in discovering 1, what products actually work for me, and 2, learning self-control, because yeah, reflecting back then, it was not a great time. My blush blindness era is over. I am still very much a blush person. I love applying a lot of blush. I feel like it's better to have more blush, like a little bit more blush than less blush. Because when I don't have any blush on, I just look really washed out and pale, especially since I don't use bronzer. So this blush is like my only form of color. Yeah, I'm gonna put my nose, chin, and head. And then back with the setting spray to just... I'm gonna go with the Huda Beauty setting powder, and this is in the Cherry Blossom shade. But this is what I always use to set my face. Ever since I discovered the Huda Beauty setting powder, this has literally been a game changer for my makeup. It just makes my makeup look so much more airbrushed and flawless, and it's like the best thing I've ever used. This shit cost a pretty penny. I think it's 40 bucks for this like powder. It is super worth it. It like gets rid of all my under eye. Everyone who's hyped it up was so right. And then I know that the Cherry Blossom one is supposed to be like a brightening powder, but girl, I cannot afford 2 fuck-ass powders. I didn't really want to go through the process of trying to select which one is best for my skin tone. But if I don't like it, then I'm committed to this gigantic box of powder. And honestly, I do not have that great of an eye for makeup. I kind of just look in the mirror, and if I like what I see, then that's the product I'm committing to for life. Being in my own space, having my own, not my own room, but like basically my own space where I'm away from my family, and just like feeling I can start fresh in a new space really gave me the room to just experiment and try new things. And because of that, I've definitely evolved. I don't know if I'm a warm or cool tone. I had always assumed I'd be warm tone just because I'm a Southeast Asian, so my skin is a little more naturally tan, and I don't really get sunburns. I just tan really easily in the sun. But like, I don't know, I just like the look of I like being a cool tone baddie. I prefer, even though I grew up thinking I was warm tone, I've always preferred the more cool tone palettes. Like for instance, I've never really liked gold jewelry. I hated gold jewelry growing up actually, and I just felt like silver just looked better at me. So all of my piercings are actually, well, first of all, titanium, I think, but it's basically silver. It's basically silver jewelry, which is convenient because titanium jewelry is so much cheaper than gold because so freaking expensive. One of my piercings is white gold. I guess gold, but white, so it's basically silver, and that shit cost $90. Like my piercing fee was $3. It was 3 times my piercing fee, which is crazy. It was honestly a really pretty penny, but I really like it. And the rest of my jewelry is titanium, so it was a lot cheaper. Eyeliner done. And then we're gonna do my favorite part, contouring my nose. Oh, this is the Judy Tall contour palette. Let me just... my inner corner, just because I saw a lot of like Douyin people do this to kind of like, I guess, make their nose taller, but also to brighten their inner quarter. And I feel like you look really crazy when you first apply it because it's so white, but over time it kind of just melts into your skin and becomes a highlight, which I really like. They have a highlighting section. I'm just gonna use my finger and just to highlight the very tip of my nose. Okay, I'm gonna layer my blush with this Milani Dead blush, but I just do like a really light tap, like basically 2 taps, just to like give some extra color. And then because I forgot to use liquid highlighter earlier, just because I literally just bought this was like $30. It was so expensive. But I'm gonna put this on the back of my hand, pat it out, and hope that it still looks all natural. Okay, hopefully that still looks okay. Okay, I look fucking crazy. Before I put on my final layer of setting spray, I always curl my lashes first. Mascara can't make my stubborn ass Asian lashes just stand up freaking straight, and it lasts for like maybe 30 minutes. Then I'm gonna take the Etude lash fixer. I'm sorry that my makeup looks so crusty dusty, but I'm gonna put this on my lashes to kind of like prime them to stay up. Clio Lash Kill Lengthening Mascara on my top lashes. For my bottom lashes, I use also the Clio Kill mascara, but this is the volume version for my bottom lashes. Just with practice, makeup is definitely a skill. Like, it is not innate. I used to think people would come on camera and look at my very perfect technique that I was innately born with and I just know how to do out of my mother's womb, and my face just looks flawless and beautiful without ever needing to practice. But obviously, having an ugly makeup face is super duper normal. If you don't have an ugly makeup face, then were you even growing up correctly? Now, especially now that I do makeup basically like at least twice a week, and I actually enjoy it. It's like a lot of fun, and you definitely get used to having product on your face. I remember when I first started, just having concealer on my face felt so heavy. I mean, obviously I wasn't using the right concealer and I wasn't prepping my face, but also you just learn to become more comfortable, your technique, your application, and you kind of learn what products you like the best and how it suits your face the most. I'm gonna line my lips with the Sachu Mauve lip stain. And I'm gonna use lashes. Usually I really like these are like my usual like favorite lashes, but I feel like because this is like a business casual event, I should probably more all natural looking lash. So we're gonna be using this kind of lash wardrobe from Doting Beauty. I think I'm gonna use Starlight, which is this one. Even though it looks pretty similar to what I normally use, which is this one, I'm gonna put these on real quick. One lash in and then lash without. Like, isn't the difference so freaking crazy? Yep. Also supposed to be a heat protectant. Now, part my hair in the middle, brush out any knots. Now let it sit for a bit and twist. Okay, and then to finish on my makeup, I know it looks crazy, but it's gonna marinate, trust. I'm gonna use the Revlon Super Illustrious The Gloss in Rosy Future, and I'm just gonna put down my lip, and that's my lip gloss. Look how glossy. Okay, so that is my makeup routine. I will show you guys when I get dressed in more formal attire. So let's switch to that. This is my outfit for today's event. Very business casual. It's my final look. I hope you guys enjoy today's little get ready with me chatty video. Please let me know if you want more videos like this that are kind of more casual and less about vloggy type. I still want to do kind of a mix of both, but just let me know your thoughts and what you guys would like to see more in the future. Thank you so much for staying until the end. And as always, I love you guys so much. Thank you. This is what my makeup looks like 4 hours later, and as you can see, it's still intact and it's on, and if anything, it looks better than it did like 4 hours ago. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little quick check-in.